The old Los Angeles Zoo was a place where the New Deal clearly tried to improve the quality of life for a city's inhabitants. The zoo opened in 1916 on the site of the closed ostrich farm of Griffith J. Griffith. It initially tried to improve on the previous zoos by creating a habitat for animals that strongly reflected their natural environment. This was done in the hopes that children would look down at the zoo and see an animal eating their normal forage. The layout of the zoo facilitated this dream, as it rested on the side of a hill. The zoo set up an area where animals could have a better quality of life than previous zoos. This idea did not come to fruition, as the zoo closed in 1960 after a series of mishaps with animals. Today, the zoo still provides an important function as a place where animals can go to hike and see a landmark of the past. The old Los Angeles Zoo, in its time known as Griffith Park, was an attempt by the Works Progress Administration, better known as the WPA, to create a diverse zoo. In the 1910s, it was seen as a Noah's Ark, full of tigers, elephants, alligators, and ostriches. Throughout the years, there were many famous animals that inhabited the park, including a camel used in the Civil War by Jefferson Davis named Topsy, a giant tortoise, and a zebra named Prince. All of these animals brought crowds into the zoo, but a series of issues led to its eventual demise. A few of these issues included stockades instead of cages, drainages leading out to the Los Angeles River, a series of lion euthanasias, a ban on feeding meat during World War II, which led to additional animal deaths, and an inept layout, which ultimately led to the zoo being moved to another location. These series of issues reflected the history of the time the zoo lived through, starting with the feeling of renewed economy and culture from the New Deal. Griffith Zoo embodied a sense of a newfound freedom with the government to establish services that were needed by the community. This site also shows how far these services could go. It shows that the government was not just funding new education sites and post offices, but also places where a family could go for entertainment. The site also served another function as a zoo which shows animals in action, doing activities like Ajax the elephant, who was seen out pushing his cart, making the rounds, and gathering debris. This was different from other zoos which had their animals just sit in cages, as it shows an animal's natural behavior. This reflects the zoo's initial mission of wanting to show an animal in its natural environment. Although the site became defunct after only half a century after its initial opening, the area is still used for its original idea as a place where families can come together to hike and picnic. Because of this, the site still serves its purpose and serves as a place where it represents history.